Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Sunday Casual Chat Show, stream, etc. Uh, Hope everyone has had a good week and are having a really good Sunday. I'd like to first thank my producer, Ezoob, for producing this week.
Always
And
happy to help.
thank you, bud. And let's introduce this week's special guest. Diogenes the Gamer Cynic, or the Cynic Gamer. I can't remember.
Gamer Cynic.
But, Gamer
You got
Cynic. Got it. Cool. Well, welcome to the show, bud. Introduce yourselves to the folks.
Okay. Fuck, I don't know what to say. I'm a gamer.
What?
I'm also a fan of philosophy, and specifically Diogenes' philosophy.
The yes, publicly defecating philosopher, if I remember correctly.
Well, publicly
You did it for a
defecating,
reason.
living in a wine barrel, and
Yeah.
also telling Alexander the Great, "Hey, could you get out, my son? I need a full tan."
Yes, I could see how Kekistani would be overjoyed to have a Diogenes. So
Yes,
uh,
my friends in Kek, in the land of Kek, are very good friends to me.
indeed. Well, so what do we really want to talk about? We could talk about philosophical things, even though I'm not mentally prepared for those gymnastics right yet. But maybe talk about some of the games that you really like playing, and just some breakdown.
Okay, newest game I've been playing, I don't know if anyone, is the Outer Worlds, made by Obsidian, who are the guys who made Fallout New Vegas.
Okay.
And that game is actually really awesome.
Yeah, it is. I've been playing a little bit myself.
Yeah, I haven't gone super far in the game just because of life, like getting in the way of it, but it's one of those games that I end up playing until like 3 in the morning, and I'm like, oh shit, I got school and work. Another couple hours is fine. It's that good of a game.
Nice. Give us a kind of a synopsis of it, because you'll find that when it comes to games, I'm kind of a boomer. I don't really have the money, time, or patience to play a lot of games, so I don't know what most games are.
Yeah, so Ezoob, if you want to go first, go ahead.
Alright, well, start with, basically you have space travel at this point, and humanity's expanded to systems well outside of what we currently have. And you were one of the pioneers for, one of the corporations being sent to the edges to, start new colonies. Except they decided it was cheaper not to wake you up from cryosleep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's also the fact that the entire colony in this new solar system is completely corporate run. So think a little bit like Cyberpunk 2077-ish, of you have these mega corporations running smaller corporations that control these towns. So it's a little bit like the gold rush in California, where you have oh, the Eastern Train Company runs this town, and the West Gold Company runs this town, and all of that.
Yeah. There's actually more than just the cyberpunk universe. There's other things that I've done now. Like, for instance, you guys are probably more familiar with the 2004 remake, I believe it was, of Rollerball.
Rollerball,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
actually am not familiar.
So Rollerball is set supposedly in like 2018, which was last year, and it looks nothing like last year. But it's set in 2018, where there aren't countries anymore, nations. There's land masses are owned by different companies, and people participate in a kind of violent-ish sport of roller derby that also has motorcycles in it, and you basically chase after a large heavy ball bearing and try to throw it in a.
Yeah, I'm reading the synopsis.
Actually, it was on the TV yesterday, so I got to watch it a little bit. We have there's a channel here that we catch called Comet TV, and it plays like old sci-fi, fantasy,
Oh,
and shit.
good. I need to give it a look-see and see about this, because this actually seems kind of interesting.
It is considered one of your
Yeah, it actually.
dystopian classics.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, now I feel a little embarrassed to have not heard of it.
I let's say I like what they did with the modern one, the 2004 remake, I think it is, but I like the grittiness of the original 70 something or other one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of
Yeah,
those that
there's
falls
a
under the same vein as like Death Race and all that.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's actually pretty interesting.
And that reminds me of, isn't it Death Race 6000 or whatever is the predecessor, is the idea concept that led to the Twisted Metal video game series?
Yes. It was Death Race 2000, I believe.
2000, yeah, but it was the one that has Sylvester Stallone and a couple other people in it, right?
Right.
That, yeah, which total, like, and when you watch it, you're like, oh my god, this is Twisted Metal. Yeah, I remember years. Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
years and years and years ago, a buddy of mine was like, "Oh, you like Twisted Metal, huh?" Because he had a couple of the games, and whenever I was over at his house, that's all I wanted to do was play all the Twisted Metal games he had. And he's like, "Okay, you like Twisted Metal? Check this out." And I'm like, "Oh, this is a good movie. It's Twisted Metal, but early."
Yeah, Carradine was
Huh.
pretty good in that one too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, David Carradine, Mister. I like to be choked when I masturbate. Well,
At least he died happy.
I guess so. Yeah, I mean,
Theoretically
my son is
happy
having
in Iraq.
yeah. Uh, I mean, but I kind of wonder, in that particular state, would you necessarily know that you went, or would it all just sort of happen in the moment and just poof, you're gone, and like at the same time I don't know.
Blew your load. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a question. That is
because
a question.
you can't really ask a guy who's done that, died, obviously because he's dead now, so you can't ask him. So when you do your weird thing, what happens? But
Yeah.
yeah, like I don't want to know personally, but from a weird, just curiosity's sake, what is that? The dying experience, not the ones where they survive, because that that
Yeah.
there's
No,
no
that's
fun
a
in that one.
different. There's a completely different experience.
Yeah,
Different experience between the two.
yeah. There's got to be something interesting that goes on, especially like any sort of weird, sort of extremely primal experience. The whole death thing's got to be probably interesting. Wonder how much DMT your brain just starts spitting out.
Oh, just as much as, doing meth, I imagine, or any other drug.
So I don't know. Like, okay, so in my past, I have done meth. Not proud of it, but this was years and years and years and years and years ago, long before I had wife, kids, even before I moved to where I live now. But I can't say that I know a lot about the drug, so I don't know about any DMT connection to it. But yeah, maybe you can expound on that. Does it make your brain spit DMT out, or maybe explain a little more?
Yeah, hold on. I need to. I don't know. Haven't taken neurochemistry in a long ass time. Kinetics. Okay. Do. Let's see. Well, the profile of human meth benign exposure in rats. Great. Use meth rats for this thing.
Well, we already have people
Okay.
force feeding it to squirrels, so why not rats?
Wait,
Oh
really?
my God, squirrels don't need meth.
A gentleman in
gonna
Florida intentionally force-fed a squirrel methamphetamines to make it a rabbit attack squirrel.
So
There doesn't take much to make them do that. And of course, it's Florida, a state that I'm actually was born in, but obviously no longer live in for obvious reasons.
yeah.
And I also never wanted to. I never wanted to have my name in the newspaper as Florida Man does. So I'm not there now. Bearded Florida Man is caught running through the streets, screaming in a foreign language, swinging an axe. He says he was shooting a YouTube video.
I am the barbarian.
Right? And they're like, you are crazy. We're going to tase you now.
And that's not fun. That is a terrible experience being tased. But according to what is this? PubMed.gov, which is the U.S. National Library of Medicine and National Institutes of Health, they have an article about human methamphetamine pharmacogenetics, which is basically neurochemistry, simulated in rat behavioral and neurochemical effects of a 72-hour binge. So they basically gave this rat a binge for of doing meth for 72 hours. And is throughout the binge, behavioral effects include unabated, intense oral stereotypes in the absence of locomotion and the absence of sleep, decrements in regional brain dopamine, norepinephrine, and serotonin levels measured at 1 and 10 hours after the last injection of the binge, had with the exceptions of caudate, putamen, dopamine, and frontal cortex serotonin. So, yes, DMT is a thing.
Yikes. Wow. Okay. Well, no, actually, that kind of does make sense because once you start getting into the deprivation of from sleep and stuff,
Yeah, you start experiencing like DMT
yeah,
effects,
yeah,
or DMT like effects.
yeah, DNTS, yeah. That doesn't make sense because I have had insomnia from various things, and like I said in my past, I have done the methamphetamines. Glad I only just do the weed now, but yeah, it was years ago during my, let's just say, my early 20s, where it was like, okay, let's try nearly everything and see what it is.
Yeah. I stick to my my tobacco and my whiskey.
Mm, yeah,
What?
I can't do a lot of heavy drinking. I have a lot of gut issues and digestive problems and stuff, so I can't do a lot of heavy drinking. That's the reason why I smoke weed heavily.
Yeah.
I
Anything and
quit
everything.
smoking. Yeah, I quit cigarettes close to 6 years ago now, when my son was born. So it
Mm,
was my
yeah.
last cigarette.
I'm trying to quit all that. It's a tough battle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I kind of had some help because I had mostly pretty much like fully quit because I had a double tooth and I had two teeth that were that were this was a couple years, and yeah, well, probably 6.5 years ago, and then I was still kind of smoking off and on, but it made me like really heavily quit because I was like bedridden for a week solid. Like,
Yeah.
didn't even want to get up to go drink water, take a piss, or anything. Like, just wanted to lay in bed. And then the week was over, but I hadn't for like 4 days, 5 days solid or whatever. I did not have a single cigarette. Like, I didn't smoke at all. And once that happens and you get over the hump of like 3, 4 days of not having cigarettes, it's easier to not smoke. And then I didn't want to smoke once I had kids. So I'm like, okay, my son's born. And the only reason why I was smoking cigarettes is because I didn't have any herb to take with me. And you can't really, like, even though this is Humboldt County and weed is prevalent everywhere, you can't really walk around a hospital outside just smoking weed continuously like a nervous
Yeah.
person. But you can go in the back smoking area and ask all the doctors and nurses for cigarettes, and when they tell, and you also tell them that you're expecting a baby, they're like, here, have the rest of my pack of cigarettes. So I got
Yep.
to chain smoke a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I do that like it- it's one of the things that I'm like when I go to music festivals, I'm like, okay, I need to stop doing that. This is the only time I allow myself to actually have a cigarette.
Yeah.
Coffee.
Oh yes, coffee is very, very good. I had some before uh, we got all on the call together.
I have a Fallout coffee mug that has like a little nuclear mushroom cloud that is a heat changing. So like
Yeah.
when it's all hot, it's like all bright red and yellow and stuff. Like it just blew up. So I'm like, oh yeah, I have my atomic hot coffee.
Ah, I see the memes of destruction in the chat. Hey, memes, how's it going, bud? What's going on? Not a lot of much. We're just kind of chatting about this and that and everything and nothing, because this is the casual chat show.
Hey
So
memes.
what's going? You know memes? He makes some good quality content.
I've talked to him on the SouthWest Discord.
Cool, cool. Yeah, and folks, if you haven't heard of memes, just check him out his channel right now while you're watching. You can, I'm sure, if you're on mobile, you can listen while navigating through YouTube. If not, memes can show out his link to his channel here if he wants. But he makes some really good stuff, guys. You should check it out.
I'm
And
gonna beat him to it.
Yeah, supercuts of Arc is pretty good.
yeah, yeah.
Golfing with bollocks and memes. Oh boy.
Yeah, I gotta catch up on several of his episodes. But yeah, because a lot of the different YouTubers that I follow, I catch bits and pieces of everybody's shows just here and there as I can. Because yeah,
Yeah.
but I do watch people's stuff, so I do watch everybody's stuff. It's just It's intermittent for me.
Yep. Oh boy. I need to actually start streaming again.
Yeah. Well, if you if we keep doing the next 4 episodes, that'll be kind of like some streaming and stuff. We'll probably Ezoob here will probably produce most of that, since for some reason when I do voice chat and
And
stream,
stream?
it doesn't work so well. I don't know why.
Hmm.
My audio gets really fucked. So if Ezoob streams, it makes it so I know for sure the audio is going to be clean. So
Yeah. And I'm just jumping
and
between the D Live and the YouTube chat.
yeah, I don't see anything going on in the D Live except for you and your GIF. That's all I've seen.
Yes. I have many gifts thanks to the quartering chat.
Oh, I bet that chat's crazy.
Oh,
You
it's a
know,
lot of them.
so what's kind of weird is I mean, I've only listened to like 3 episodes of the Incredible Salt Mine, but I kind of liked him on the Salt Mine, and I don't like him on his standalone content because he's kind of, in my opinion, kind of a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see the conspiracy theorist-esque stuff that he talks about. Oh no. I pay more attention to the gaming stuff he talks about, which
Mm-hmm.
doesn't seem too bad because there is a lot of stuff you can find, but the politics stuff
Mm-hmm.
I kind of ignore. And this isn't the stream for that. Try to
Yeah,
keep it
yeah,
lighthearted and all that shit.
yeah.
Now, the thing with the quartering is
And
he
there,
used to be a advertiser, so everything he says has a little bit of a spin to it, and just out of habit.
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
That you got to keep in mind with anyone though on the internet. You gotta always expect a spin of some sort. And I'll be honest, my spin is usually pro gamer. Like, hey, like gamers are assholes, yeah, but we're good people in general. We don't deserve all of the shit we get,
yeah. That's
which is
true.
which is
And
kind
I
of my
also
whole thing.
feel, and as somebody who isn't super heavy in the gaming culture anymore, but has been a part of the gaming culture in the past and knows some of it. uh like once you start understanding certain things of the gaming culture, those things that on a quick glance look really violent or sexist or add your appropriate buzzword from the word salad, um at first glance, it may look that way, but once you start understanding the culture, a lot of these things start becoming more and more benign and just fun aspects of the game. Like, you all probably recall that article where this female gaming journalist who apparently had never really played video games before, and which apparently a lot of gaming journalists are like this. It's like, we don't even play the games, we just look at the trailer and write a review.
Yeah.
And she played this game, and whenever she got killed, she got teabagged, and she thought
Oh, the
everybody was sexually
teabagging
harassing
article.
her.
Oh my
Right.
god.
And it's like, no one is sexually
No,
harassing you.
it's not sexual harassment. It's just saying you suck. You need to get good. It's
Yeah,
the nonverbal example of get good.
well, it's also kind of like the old school nana nana boo boo. You know what I mean? Like, nana nana boo boo, I got you, ha ha ha.
Yeah, it's exactly that.
And she's like, these men were were raping me with their testicles.
I bet
It's
you
like,
anything
really?
one of those other players was a woman and was doing it too.
Oh
Right?
yeah.
Right?
In fact, in my experience, female players tend to be even more aggressive with shit like that than the male
Oh yeah,
counterparts.
Oh
A
yeah.
lot of times they are way more brutal because they're like, because they know the world that they live in. They live in this semi-boys club, right? Which, we're all retards when we all get together. And so she has to be not only retarded, but have her own little spin to it. If she's going to be really good, that makes them usually a little more sadistic. Like, they'll do something that we wouldn't necessarily think of doing because they're like, I am going to be better than you.
Yeah. I had a female gamer. I was playing Destiny 2. I was playing Crucible, and I just happened to be on the voice chat for some reason. And all of a sudden, I get killed. And I hear over the voice chat, "That's right, your dick is small." And I'm like,
right?
What? How do you know? Let me go get my magnifying glass just to make myself feel better. Oh, fuck. Did you hear about that story? The guy who spent $100 on penis enlargement materials opens the box, $5 magnifying glass.
Ah!
It's like, motherfucker, that's gotta hurt.
Right?
That's a deficit of $95 that he's not getting back.
Yeah. And of course, like, the girl that's playing doesn't actually mean in real life your dick is small, but in your as your character of the player, the gamer, your dick is small, which means your game is 0 and you suck.
Oh yeah, no. I was just like, what? Like, have I dated you before? How would you have this information? That is an interesting thing that has happened to me though. There was a chick I dated in Arizona that that I randomly came across, and she's just like, enter name here. Is that you? I was like, let's just say her name is Ashley. I'm like, Ashley. Hi. And she's like, you fucking suck at this game. And then disconnected. It's like, ow. That sucks.
Yeah.
Like, recognized me, instantly insults me, and then leaves. I was like, that's harsh. I want to have this moment of just talking our issues through, but no. You suck at the game. I was the one who taught her how to play as well, so it's like extra insult to injury.
Yeah.
Well, you never teach them to be better than you.
I didn't teach her to be better than me. She legitimately got good at the game.
That's good. I mean, it's still good. I mean,
yeah, it's still really impressive,
got...
but at the same time, it's like, motherfucker. That hurts. That cuts deep, man. Cuts deep.
Okay, well, let's go and look at a couple of news articles and see what we got. Studying the ripple effects of shrinking Arctic sea ice.
Oh boy.
That looks. That should be the first news article, Ezoob, and the news. It should say today at 7:49 a.m. at the very top of the list, I think.
You are responsible for this, and you will get in trouble.
Uh-oh. I don't want to get in trouble again.
No, my kids are, well, you can hear my daughter there shrieking in the same room as I am, and my son in the other room playing games. So they are. They usually like being really loud when they know I'm streaming for some reason. They're like, oh, Dad is in the other room, unavailable to us. We are going to be really loud. Pretty much every time. So.
That sounds like standard kid stuff.
Yep.
Easy, but I'll send this article to you that I just found.
All right.
Seriously?
Who would decide the Dalai Lama's success there? His supporters in Beijing. Hopefully his supporters.
Shut up.
No, we're not gonna go and follow any. Anytime you hear my wife screaming in the background, majority of the time she's talking to the children.
Yeah. Yeah. I figured.
Where are you looking at that news article, Carl?
Yeah.
And in news of our of the server.
Oh.
Yeah, quarters news. Access to it. DA
I just see
does
clan barracks.
in Clan Barracks. Okay.
Yeah. I will trust.
Uh,
I sent I linked a article in the channel stuff chat.
okay. Well, since you are the guest, we can let you do your article first. So
Okay. So 9 to 5 Google talked about the something that has been kind of happening on the YouTubes, unfortunately, which is some Markiplier fans during a live stream got their Google accounts banned. Emote spam. Brought up a picture that just shows a whole bunch of red and green colored emotes appearing in his chat, and all of those accounts got banned. Apparently the YouTube algorithm for like detecting hate speech and all of those fun, sarcastically fun things in people's streams went, oh, so these people are all spamming emotes in this live stream chat. We need to ban them because they're obviously doing something wrong.
my wife actually has a good theory on that because we were before this stream started, and Ezoob and I made the call and all that. My wife and I were actually talking about this, and her theory has to do with apparently owns the majority of emotes and emoticons used on the internet,
Okay.
and I think Apple is making a crackdown because they're either buying. What was it that they're going to be? Are they buying Google or buying Facebook or something? I don't remember. They were going to do something like that, but yeah, Apple is probably cracking down on everybody for some reason right now, and YouTube is just banning those people so they don't have to deal with the copyright stuff that comes to them.
Uh, so according to list of mergers and acquisitions by Facebook, there's a Wikipedia thing. Just going looking through here. And one of the first things that was bought. Wait. Oh, this is by Facebook. I don't want that. I want by Apple. Oh well. But yeah, essentially what's going on is how do I explain it? Basically, so if your theory is correct, Yarrow, or your wife's theory, that it's
Mm-hmm.
Apple who
Mm-hmm.
owns the majority of emoticons, apparently YouTube's reaction to that is, oh, if anyone uses it, we need to ban their entire account and not just delete the message. Which is a overcorrection to a degree.
Oh, definitely an overcorrection, but it
And
also seems like targeted overcorrection because more and more and more it seems like the people who run YouTube are extremely opinionated in a very narrow way.
yeah. I remember I fucking forgot what what the stream was, but it was one that Magog was on. And apparently, I think it was Magog and Undoon, and apparently the American flag emoji has been banned. Or like just
Because it's
flags in
considered a
general.
hate symbol. Because flags are considered hate symbols.
Wait, so that a legitimate thing? I thought that was
Oh, yeah.
just being hyperbolic.
Patriotism is considered a terrible isolationist idea right now by the far left.
Yep. Yeah. And
Oh,
yeah,
boy.
that fringe group is so loud and vocal that they are making the majority of the thought these days. And so, yeah.
That's wonderful. They must
Yeah.
really hate me and my friends for either having wanted to join the military or having joined already and are waiting to go to basic. So
Yeah, there's some of the reasons I have become even more patriotic. I'm like, oh, patriotism is bad. I am the patriot.
I am
I'm like,
more
yeah, no,
patriot. I am the best patriot. You can go
right?
fuck yourself, bitch.
I will wear the American flag as a glorious cloak as I rain upon you death.
Exactly. There's stuff like that that's just so fucking weird. Like, I think oh man, I forgot who said it, but it's like it's the levels of oppression that are abstract that are the most dangerous because you don't know how they would be applied or the reasons behind them.
Yeah, and that seems to be a big majority of what this leftist cult mentality is a
Yeah.
lot of this abstract ideas and things that they're just stringing together because in some way they're sort of loosely related and could maybe possibly be happening to somebody, but probably not. But let's make a big deal out of it anyway.
Yeah. There's all sorts of stuff like that that's just so like out there. And it's frankly concerning, but
Well, it's like
at least
yesterday.
We also we do
Yesterday,
see
there
some
was
of
a
it
whole
on the
thing on
right
Twitter
too.
where
oh yeah, no.
somebody was all up in arms over Robert Downey Jr.'s role in Tropic Thunder
Oh,
because it was
that's
blackface.
finally happening.
Without
Yeah, that's
without having the
happening
sense to
again.
realize that it's literally making fun of blackface.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a dude
In my
dressed as a
opinion,
dude pretending to be another dude.
Exactly.
in my opinion, unless you are doing it for purely hateful and violence causing reasons, like unless you're like doing insert color or yellow face for like Asian, etc. If you're doing something like that for the pure reason to cause and inflict violence and to incite violence, not just verbal violence, if I can grow a pair, but like riling people up to cause violence to a group of people, that's the only time I would see that's bad. Like especially if it's being done in a dramatic artificial way, like in a movie or a TV show or some sort of comedy skit. That should be totally allowed. You're playing a character. You're pretending to be somebody. What if you happen to be the one white dude who can sound like this particular, like you've got all like the facial movements and the B mannerisms, and you can verbally sound like this famous black person, and let's say you're a comedian on Saturday Night Live when it used to be good. But say you're a comedian on the thing there. What are you supposed to just not do that character because you're white and it would be offensive for you to
The whole point of comedy is to
characterize?
push the limits and
Is
to
it's
make
to
people
characterize and
question
make fun of it.
those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, like comedy is about touching all of those things and making something better out of it, making it humorous, but touching everything, going everywhere, going to those places because that's what comedy is good for.
Yep.
It puts, yeah, that's what it was like. Yeah, but these people, they want to control the way how comedy is. You can't really do that.
No, you cannot.
I wish
Uh,
George Carlin had never died and he had remained still alive and was immortal, because, man, well, not only would he not be allowed to, obviously he'd have to, if he wanted to become mainstream at certain areas, he'd have to change his comedy, but I don't think he would. I think he would
Oh,
just
he
become
definitely
like
wouldn't.
that. Yeah, he'd become that awesome fringe comedian that everybody is like, if you have half a brain, you still will like George Carlin. Like,
Yeah.
Well,
There's
we're
a
starting to see the
whole bunch.
backlash. Louis C.K., for instance, has just outright started being offensive with his stuff, as well as a whole host of other comedians, like the recent outpouring of love for both. It was Bill Burr and Dave Chappelle's new stand-ups.
Yeah, Bill
yeah,
Burr has never really subscribed to toning down his shit though.
this is
So it was
true.
really the Dave Chappelle one was like everyone's going, "Oh shit." The comedians are going, "No, fuck you guys. We're done with this shit."
Well, yeah, well, for what I'm seeing is comedians, like anybody else, a lot of them have their own minds, have their own thoughts about how things are, and a lot of them are just seeing this just stupid culture we're going into, and so they want to make fun of it as their
And
own way
this
of saying that this is stupid, because it is stupid. We shouldn't be this way with each other. And
we shouldn't
I
be
feel
so overly concerned. And it's
it's
something I actually have a discussion with teachers about, which is really
mhm.
interesting because as you know, the classic idea about teachers is, oh, they're all leftists. They don't want it. They don't want to deal with different ideas. They just want to enforce their own. But no, one of my
Yeah,
teachers is he's my favorite teacher in college right now. We have these hours long discussions about topics like this, and we're diametrically opposed. Like he
well,
is all for just not feelings of being nice to everyone and apologizing for everything and all that. And I'm like, I don't give a shit. I'm going to say what I
as a
think. And if
Norseman,
someone I don't know gets upset, I could care
a-
less.
as somebody who feels very firmly to his Norse ancestry, though I am American, um, that in the Havamal and the Nordic teachings, that you don't do that. That makes you weak. You don't do that. You say fuck to all that. Like, you have to have a certain level. You have to have a certain level of hardness. Otherwise, everything pushes you over, and there's no proper going forward. I don't know, but my theory on why our culture and society and our people are doing all of this is because we live in a generation now where there is overall less poverty, less hunger, less disease. Now, of course, these things still exist, but that's saved from like from back in the day till now, the numbers have steadily decreased. So there is less struggle to survive, less struggle to live. There's less struggle, there's less fight, and so now we have time to focus on all the things that we didn't have time to focus on before, the social interactions, the psychosocial interactions that we have with each other. So now we have more leisure time, which allows us to hyper focus on this. And this is what we're doing right now, and we're going through the growing pains of this hyper focus.
Yeah. No, I agree with you on that.
Stop fucking pacing in front of me.
Because we're not out scratching the dirt trying to survive. We're not constantly having battles and stuff that's killing large numbers of our populations. This isn't going on anymore. We're just, majority of cultures, majority of countries people have ability to eat or get shelter. They have access to some amount of medicine. The majority of people, so people are living longer, they're healthier, they have more leisure time to sit and do whatever they want. Like us right now, we have the leisure time because we're not struggling to eat, we're not struggling to build shelter, we're not struggling to survive some disease or virus or something. We're
Yeah.
connecting on a live stream together. So,
Seriously, dude?
you know,
Stop.
Yep. No, I agree. It's just people being dumb, and it's always frustrating when people are being dumb.
yeah. And one of the things I like to also laugh, a lot of these hyper political folks that are also doing this super social hyper focusing is what we consider one political thinking today. In a few years' time, it's going to switch again.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And so it's like these people are fighting so hard behind this banner of thinking that's just in a few years' time going to switch to something else. And, it's
Yeah.
going to be, we're wasting too much time on these things when we should be doing much better things with our time. There are much better ways. But I would have to say that as a group, humans are stupid. In smaller groups, they can be very brilliant, and in individual cases, they can be very smart. But as a
Yeah.
large group, we are stupid as fuck.
Oh wait. We're tribal, so if one person who seems strong starts talking about an idea and says another idea is bad, we're probably going to follow that person unless we ourselves feel
Yeah,
personally strong in our convictions. That's just social psychology, which is,
yeah.
you know,
Humans
our
generally
animalistic
like to
side
be
that we can't
led.
help.
Yeah, we generally like to be led, and we like to be led by a strong leader. And humans generally have they submit to authority, they listen to authority. They've actually done tons of tests on that. And in general, the majority of people, if you come across as some sort of proper authoritative individual, 9 times out of 10, they're going to do whatever it is, even if they don't feel comfortable doing it. They're still going to do it because you're an authority that told them to.
Vis-a-vis the, you know, the bad people of World War II.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the particular test that I'm talking about is the one where they had this. So you're in this room with there's a machine in front of you with a bunch of different buttons and dials, and you have a book with questions on it and a microphone. The microphone is connected to another room where a person is connected to an electric chair,
Christ, dude.
and you are told to electrocute them when they get the questions wrong. And each time they get it wrong, you're supposed to up it. And you're
Mm-hmm.
supposed to keep turning it up and up and up. Even if the amount is to kill them, you're supposed to turn the dial and push that button.
Yep.
And 9 out of 10 people, and you will see like at least half of that 9 out of 10 people are like, I don't feel comfortable doing this, as they crank the dial and push the button. But they
Well,
still crank the dial and push the button.
and it's also if they hesitate, there are speakers in the room with a authoritative voice that say push the button with their like
Yeah,
saying their name, like John, push the button. John,
yeah.
push the button.
John,
So
I am so and so. You need to push the button. And
yeah.
you're like, okay, I'm twisting the dial. I'm pushing the button.
Yep. It's incredibly interesting.
It is, but it also makes sense for the type of people. So as you brought up, we are tribal. We're like we're sort of herd mentality. And as a herd, we have to have a leader. We have to have somebody that's telling us we have to. That's how we've
Yep.
crafted our psyche.
Stop.
That is the case. You don't do well with other people just going, okay, what do we need to do? And then everyone's just sitting there going, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, somebody takes charge, and yeah, it's always yeah, we have to have somebody taking charge. But it also kind of goes back in the day when we were wandering tribes of humans trying to survive. That hunter, that warrior that was better and stronger was usually able to keep the tribe alive longer and made it more fruitful. So, of course, that's how our psyche is still today.
Stop.
We spent how many generations encoding and embedding that sort of thinking into ourselves?
Yeah.
My children are being very weird right now in the same room as I am. I don't know what they are doing.
Daddy, come look at me. Come look at me, Daddy.
They were
Probably the
both
gist of it.
rowing on. They were both rowing on the floor in a weird figure 8, like entwining themselves together. It was very weird.
Kids are interesting.
Yeah, especially when they're young. Well, we are getting up onto the second hour, and I need to take a bathroom break. So I'm gonna mute my mic, and I'm gonna let you and Ezoob take the floor until I can come back. So
Oh, boy.
have at it, boys.
Alrighty then.
Okay. What's your favorite kind of dice for D&D?
Oh, that's easy. At D4, you can kill somebody with one of those. Then they make great caltrops.
You know what? Holy shit, that's actually a very good answer and very concise. I was talking about like more metal or plastic, but metal if you
Metal's nice, but the loud clank on a nice hard table gets on my nerves after a while, so in general I prefer plastic. At least for
Okay.
actual use. A nice metal set is nice to have around to show off occasionally.
My metal set is the one I'm primarily used, so you would hate my D&D table because there's 2 of us who have metal dice.
I'd get used to it, but if it comes down to pure preference, it's plastic.
What about a favorite class?
That's a much tougher one. I usually end up just going with a fighter, to be honest. Keep things,
Yeah,
nice
I
and
like
simple.
playing monk.
Monk's a good one. Of course, to be
Yeah.
honest, I mostly play second edition, so some of the newer classes,
Okay.
I have no idea what they do anymore. Like past 3.5, it's all Greek to me.
Yeah. 5th edition monk is entertaining. Because at 5th level you get a stunning strike. So if you spend a key point, you can just go, oh no, you are stunned for the rest of my turn. Like until my next turn. You can't do shit. So fuck you. Especially if you have a high constitution modifier. You're just fucking them over.
Okay, and I am back. So you were asking Ezoob what his favorite dice is. I like a D100. Like, why? Similar reason is I can bounce off of somebody's forehead.
Okay. That's a fair answer. Mine is I actually have to agree with Ezoob is the D4.
D4
Because
is on
Caltrop. Because Caltrop.
I have a bag of gaming dice right next to me, as a matter of fact.
Though, I'll be fair, stepping
see,
on any
where's-
of the dice is quite painful from first-hand experience.
So the
Yes,
D4 is that triangular one, right?
Right.
it's the pyramid. Yes.
Yes. Goes 1 4 3 1 2 3 2 4 3 1 2 4, etc.
Yes.
Depending on how you read it. Okay. I don't think I've ever used this in a game before.
It is highly entertaining when you use it because you're just like, oh, hey, here's the thing. And then you throw it at them and they're like, oh, fuck. That did not go how I wanted it to. And you kind of just flip them off and go, you're dead. You're
Yeah.
fucking dead. Especially playing as Monk. You could just be like, because Monk, you don't even use 1d4 for martial arts. You use 1d6 after 4th level.
Ooh, nice. That's kind of like so I play Pathfinder with a group of friends on Saturdays from 5 to 7 or 5 to 9 like we did last night, which was actually really awesome.
Yeah, with
But,
Talita and Emperor and all those guys.
No, I'm not on that one.
No, that's Dick Barion's
most
game. I believe it's separate.
Yeah, I'm not in Dick Barion's game. It'd be cool though at some point to play with him. Dick's a cool guy. But no, with most of the actually, are any of them? No, none of them are on the side quest server. Actually, no, I think one of them might still be. But
Hmm.
yeah, yeah, we play Pathfinder, and my character is a barbarian. You know that's surprising, right? Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Why would a guy who calls himself Jarl and looks like a barbarian would be a barbarian? What?
No,
But
I don't quite understand that. Please explain. Why the fuck are you a barbarian?
yeah, so I have a while back on a couple of games ago, I got these living steel full gauntlets. So they're from hands to shoulder is this metal arms essentially. And so when I'm unarmed, so I don't have my axe or my masterwork club on, uh, I'm still doing 1d6.
Hmm.
Well, because in order for me, I would have to take those off as well to be fully unarmed. But since that is considered a part of my overall armor, and that not necessarily as a weapon, so I'm not taking my weapon. That's not a weapon, so I'm not taking it off. So if
Yeah.
I'm punching somebody in the face without my weapon on, it's a 1d6 because that armor does damage.
Hmm.
It works out very nice, especially for my character who has been trying to get better at hitting things with his hands. Because my characters and we also just got Mythic Tear last night. Woo!
Ooh boy. Or
Yeah,
my group is made a deal with Arcanoloth, which is basically a demon that just specializes in making deals and like all that
Mm-hmm.
shit. So we're running through like 5 layers of a dungeon for his enjoyment and for him to record our fighting style. So he can be like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, like here's like all this to my fellow demons. I can buy and sell information. And it's like, you motherfucker.
Yeah, we killed a bunch of Dagon worshippers last night, and then we got our Mythic Tier because they had been haunting in the area. It was really cool. Our DM had a
Yeah.
good story.
Yeah, that's one thing
Hey,
I gotta say. I'm really proud of my DM. He comes up with some really good stories.
I also really like my party because like we all just in general we're having a good time through a lot of it. Like there will be just times when we're all like laughing about something and just having a blast and spending like 5 minutes just laughing at a joke one of us made, the DM included, and so a lot of our gameplay gets stopped by things like that. But it's
I mean,
we also have
our gameplay got stopped because I started laughing out loud at the side quest like stream.
mm-hmm.
So I was just like, "Oh, this is fucking hilarious!" And everyone just stared at me, and I was like, "Oh, sorry, I'm watching a live stream." Like, while you guys are doing combat rolls like peasants. I had one earbud in, and I was like, I know what's going on, but I'm focusing on the live stream because
Yeah.
we're all gonna die because we have a beholder in front of us right now.
Oh, I think our characters would do pretty good at that with what we have, and also we did just get mythic tier, which means we would potentially already be better just from that. But no, our character we've been through some fucked up. We have killed some awesome ass monsters, dude.
Oh, I'm not done that. It's just we have an undead beholder, so it's like, oh man, like
A lot of what we started out with was with like we've killed undead. We've had to fight werewolves, like jacked up werewolves, not like Twilight werewolves puppies, but like jacked up. And we killed almost an entire room full of them before they ran off.
yeah. Oh man.
But our characters, all have some very interesting peculiarities. So our cleric, one of the first things he did after joining our party was sacrifice his hand to one of his gods to get a better outcome in the battle, and it helped us win the battle.
Oh.
Yeah. Now he has a living steel hand. And
Okay
so, yeah.
Okay, Ash.
Right? Kind of like Ash. Yeah. Our our fighter in the group is a chronic masturbator.
Of course.
Like apparently he got like some sort of curse early on, like as part of his backstory that makes him very chronic with that.
Like middle of battle. Hold on, guys. I'll be right there. Wait. Let me just write this out. Okay, I'm good to go.
He when he's fighting, he's not jerking it, but when he's not fighting, he's jerking it. That's pretty much how it is.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you
Wonderful.
put his weapon in his hands, he can't really. It's difficult. But as soon as the
Well,
weapon is sheathed, the other one gets unsheathed. And
yeah,
then
I was
my
gonna say
character,
which weapon. His
right?
friendly weapon or his attacky weapon?
And then my character, I like to yell at things, even if they're not living, and like rocks and stuff. Because I have a really high intimidation score, so I get +10 to all my rolls already, and that's just how my character started out. I haven't even because we haven't got enough levels yet so I can start adding points to that. But when I start adding points, it's eventually just going to be like, no matter what I roll, I intimidate you.
That sounds intimidating.
Right? And he is a chronic urinator, my character.
Ah,
Kind of like a dog, peeing on everything.
this is my territory now. If you
Yes.
touch it, you're touching my pee.
He'd probably pee on you while you were touching it. Or fight you or something. Yeah, which my party likes to make fun of my character all the time because he has this malingering sort of urine smell about him, as you would imagine by something that probably
Pees all the
dribbles on
time.
himself. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's all the time, and is a barbarian and doesn't really bathe
Yeah.
at all. So last night before we ended the game, we ended up. So it took 3 of them to bring me down and knock me out in a fist fight, and then they bathed me after they knocked me out because. So what happened in the earlier fight with the Dagon things? This Dagon priest had touched me and somehow caused a curse happen to me that made it so everybody forgot who I was and just saw me as a urine reeking, homeless, hairy, barbarian like person.
Mm.
But not really recognizable as a barbarian because no one knew who I was anymore. My party forgot entirely who I was. But once I was able to convince them that I knew them, and they were like, fine, you can join the party again. We do need some help on things that we were doing, so I guess we'll let you join along.
Yeah.
They're like, but if you're going to join us, you have to have a bath. And I'm like, yeah, no, that's not fucking happening. And so our ranger, no, sorry, our rogue, he's not a ranger, our rogue did a sneak attack on me
And
in the
knocked you
middle of the
out.
tavern. No, it's just sneak attacked me. I took a little bit of damage. I immediately got pissed off and started beating the shit out of him. Just fucking my first hit 13 damage, and that was, like I said, with just my and that's, my unarmed damage, which for my character is +6 instead of +4. Sorry,
Oh,
1d4 instead of a 1d6.
yeah.
And I was also enraged, so that gives me like a +11.
Oh
So it's a
boy.
yeah. So that's how I got like 13 damage on him, like the first hit. I'm just like, okay, that's I rolled like a 31 on my first roll to see if I hit. So I got 31, and then bam, take 13 points of damage. Like, holy fuck, that's a third of my health in one hit. What the hell?
He has 39 damage? Or 39 health?
No, well, no, his health isn't very high. I think it was like he was saying like roughly a third, and he was also still kind of damaged from the previous battle that we were in before I rejoined the party after they forgot who I was.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was beating the shit out of them, just like, and ignoring most of the damage from the other characters until he decided to do one of those 5-foot backward steps.
Yeah.
And so my character, which I knew it was a bad move, but I bull rushed him, which then gave the other 2 players attacks of opportunity, and they all 3 knocked me out at that point.
And
But
gave you a bath.
yeah, then gave me a bath while I was unconscious. But it took 3 of them damaging me to do it, and only because I made a retard, because I gave them each attacks of opportunity by my movement.
Yay, retard strength.
Right? But I had to kind of keep it in character, even though like my my original thought of when the battle started, once my rogue had sneak attacked me, my first plan was to
On Friday.
grab rogue, huh?
I was gonna say I was just happy with my monk on Friday just doing like 30 damage in one hit.
Oh, beautiful. My original plan, though, but I didn't think I was going to be able to get the rolls to do it properly, which is why I just went with just punching the shit out of him and then doing that bull rush. But my original plan was Rogue sneak attacks me, grab Rogue by the skull, smash his face into table, grab chair, throw at fighter, and then tackle and body slam the cleric and just start pounding his face in. That was my plan.
Kinky.
But I knew that I was not going to get the rolls. So I just went with that, just kind of straight up barroom brawl this, and then I'll do a stupid barbarian thing by bull rushing and making myself vulnerable. Because like that will more than likely roll out better and work. Because when you're doing more targeted things, like I want to grab his skull, well, if I miss that, the trying to throw the chair isn't going to work so well, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
So I was like,
exactly.
well, and I don't know if you're familiar with the dice parser bot on Discord. It likes to give lots of low rolls periodically through like like an hour of the game. Everything is low rolls, and I'm like, I don't want to chance this.
I've never used that. I've always used like Roll20 or been in person. So
Yeah, I mean, like we would do, allow rolling of regular dice, but it's you would have to take a picture of it or something like that. And nobody wants to deal with all of that, and it's easier just to type in fucking command roll on
yeah,
the dice bot. So,
yeah. With
and everybody can
Roll20,
see when you do it.
with Roll20, it also has the game board. So
Mm-hmm.
so if you roll it, it's in the little chat window and it shows exactly what you rolled. So it can't be like debated.
Yeah, we have a room that we have. It's the dice roller room, and we do all of our dice rolling in that room, and so it leaves an entire chat log that you can read forever.
Yeah. Uh,
But yeah, it took 3 of them to knock out one barbarian, and in an unarmed brawl, it took 3 grown men to take out one. There you go. They made me angry. Okay, if he hadn't sneak attacked me, all right. But they were like, "You should have listened. You should have just let us bathe you. You should have just taken a bath." And I'm like, "No, I will pee on you."
I will piss on you. I will fart in your general direction.
Yeah.
And if it's anything like the barbarian that I've played, it's that is a literal threat that it could be deadly.
Oh yeah. Yeah. My players have all successfully avoided being urinated on, even though I started a knife in the bar one time with this fucking fighter gladiator character in this tavern by climbing onto the table, whipping it out, and just pissing on it. Yeah, that started a fight real quick.
Oh, I bet.
He wasn't able to
Oh,
do much damage to me though until I got had to get thrown to the floor, but it didn't. I rolled out or something like that. But we ended up doing enough damage to him that he ran off to mend his wounds. But yeah, that's how I started that fight. Well, I mean, I'd been
interesting.
talking shit to him too, and then I climbed onto the table, whipped it out, and pissed on his face.
Oh,
That is a really easy way to start a fight, right?
yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, Bruce, what do you say?
That's a hell of a way to start one, yeah.
Totally my character, though. Totally my character. He's like, I want to fight you. I know an easy way to do this. I'm going to climb onto the table, which is going to cause everybody to be like, what the fuck is this barbarian? Oh my god, he's pissing on me. I'm going to fucking kill you now. Perfect. I have enraged you.
Yes. Oh man, that is a wonderful way to do things.
Yes. You'll have to remember that next time you play a barbarian is to learn to use your urine.
That is that is definitely a thing.
Especially for a barbarian, because then,
Yeah.
Maybe I could even see a drunken dwarven character being like that, but barbarian for sure. Just like all the time.
Yeah.
Totally him.
That's a wonderful thing.
Oh yeah. I really enjoy playing the barbarian character, but the character I'm gonna be playing in our next campaign, which has got a pirate theme, is like a complete 360 or 180. I mean, of my barbarian, because the barbarian talks a lot and is loud and screams. He does a lot of roaring and yelling and just being really noisy and smelly and hairy and dirty.
Yes.
His other
Quite.
character, the character I'm going to be playing in our next campaign, he's not like mute in the sense that he can't talk. He's mute in a religious sense, so he does not talk at all.
Oh boy.
He is covered from head to toe in black, and this includes you cannot see his eyes, you cannot see his fingers or his fingernails, his hair, nothing. You can't even tell what type of feet he has because he has special shoes on. You also can't tell that he has horns, but he has demon horns because he is tiefling. But he is
Tiefling.
covered.
Oh boy.
Tiefling, yeah.
Sorry, my instinct is be like, no, it's a tiefling. Fuck you.
Tiefling, I don't know which way that either or. But and he is also a lawful evil character.
Oh
Which
boy.
makes sense for the
Yes.
type of character that I'm playing for him. He is also a inquisitor, is what he's being geared up to, which perfectly works with him being tiefling. That just works perfectly, and then with the lawful evil works even better.
Yep.
And he's gonna hate everyone and everything. He hates them all because they are all sinners and unclean and do not follow the way of his religion, which he follows Asmodeus, the chief, the devil, the Satan character in Pathfinder.
Yeah. I haven't played Pathfinder at all, so some of that is a little bit Greek to me.
It grew out of
Pathfinder's
Spelljammer and Greyhawk, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
Pathfinder is new for me, but that's what my DM plays, and we've been getting used to it, so it's fun. Because I hadn't played D&D since my teenage days, and I'm almost 35 now, so it had been a while. So I was just like, yeah, sure.
God damn it!
Like I had played, of course, like Diablo and like things like D&D online. I've played things like that, but the old pen and paper, actually make a character sheet and roll dice. I hadn't done that in years.
Come here.
So not only was Pathfinder Greek to me, but like, dude, some people call it Mathfinder because there is so many numbers and calculations and bullshit to do that you're just like, I am lost. I don't know what I am doing.
Yeah, it got
Thankfully, my
popularity due to the
DM
fact 4th edition was so heavily removing any form of control from the player's hands.
that Pathfinder decided to just heap it on as much as they could, huh?
Yep.
Yeah. Makes sense. I mean, that's what they did, but it doesn't necessarily make sense they should have heaped it on as much as they did. But yeah, I've gotten kind of used to it. So I kind of like it now, but I wouldn't say that I would have chosen to play it had I known this is how it was gonna be. Like, if this wasn't the group I was playing with, it was just like me picking it up on my own, like at like a comic book shop or a gaming place store, and been like, oh, let's check this out. I've been like, oh my god, there's so much dice rolling. No thanks. Let's play something a little less crazy. But I am glad that I got to play it nonetheless.
Yeah.
Wow, my kids must be driving my wife insane in the background there.
Yeah.
I can't really tell what they've been doing. It sounds like the eldest child has been really driving his mother nuts. So
That sounds like
we should check chat. Just been
yeah.
paying attention to the chat down below. Okay, come on, phone, load it up, load it up. Oh, nothing has really happened. There's one person in that chat, and I guess only one person over in the D Live. But oh well. A lot
I
of my
think the one
viewers,
person is me.
yeah,
At YouTube.
on both. Yeah.
No, on the YouTube, I'm not on DLive right now.
Oh, okay. Then there's probably nobody on the D Live, but it doesn't really matter the way how I feel is because a lot of my viewers don't always get a chance to catch me when I'm live because of different time zone, so they'll watch after it's posted. Like Nick Arcana, when it comes to like my Mighty Metal quest, most of the time that I'm doing it, he's working or having to head to bed, so he doesn't have a chance to listen to it, but he'll check it out the next day after it's posted.
Mm.
Yeah. When they need to change those backgrounds, though, eventually. If YouTube will let me fucking log in. Yesterday I had so much fucking trouble streaming
Yeah.
because it wouldn't
YouTube
let
seems
me.
to be being bigger dicks than normal.
Well, there is that
Yes.
whole new TOS edition of if your channel's not commercially viable, they have the right to terminate you.
Yeah. But somebody put it was all like Google's all. That's a nice looking channel you got there. Shame if something were to happen to it.
Which is
You
essentially
got
what
like
that is. We don't deem you commercially viable. What the fuck does that even mean?
goodbye.
Well, in this case, it's just a method of giving them carte blanche to end whatever
Yep.
channel they disagree with, whether it's for actual violations or if they just happen to not agree with the political opinions expressed within. Or,
Well,
you
as
name
long
a
as they
certain
don't delete
whistleblower.
well, I mean, as long as they don't delete
I can imagine a lot of meme content. Right? I can imagine they're also going to delete a lot of meme content too because memes are counterculture and a part of the far right. Because, if you're not a leftist, you're obviously part of the far right, and memes are part of the far right. Because as we know, the left can't meme.
Nope, no, they cannot. They don't have a sense of humor. Is the issue? If they had
Humor
that,
causes feelings of offense to them.
yeah, yeah.
I feel like I'm being offended because I don't understand the joke. Wee!
Ree! I'm a Vulpix. Eee! And that was made for Hatsune. That joke was purely for Hatsune as she watched.
The Hitsugi Hime from
Side quest, Discord.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if she watches my stuff. Maybe she does. I don't know who everybody that watches because some people watch later and stuff like that.
Yeah.
YouTube
Well-
doesn't tell you all of that.
I know. It's just a joke that she has. Is that I'm a Vulpin. So I was like, okay, I'm doing that.
Mhm.
I'm doing that with the re.
And just don't start ooh-wooing like her.
Yeah. No. No, don't use those 3 horrendous words. They cause the Voldemort syndrome.
Don't tempt me. Much like Diogenes, I am a troll.
Expelliarmus.
I will fucking troll the shit out of anyone. I don't care.
Expelliarmus and
Deletus that fetus.
that's the ones I threw at you. And we used Harry Potter
I don't know anything about Harry Potter. I'm gonna be honest. I'm just like, oh, you said something dumb. I'm gonna delete us that fetus of an idea.
Your audio is cutting out really.
Oh boy. Why? Is it better now?
What's going on?
It's
Is it
on your
my-
in-URL.
Ah. Okay. Well, your audio is clear again. Yeah, I didn't catch everything you had said there, Diogenes.
Oh. Just whenever someone says something stupid around me, I usually go, that idea needs to be deleted like a fetus. Because ideas. We can always destroy ideas, right? That's what the totalitarians have told me.
It's not like you can only crush them down until they insidiously seep back in and poison everyone against you or anything.
Yeah, no, they definitely won't poison the world against me. Everyone will fall in line, right? Oh man, those people are saddening.
Yep. Really funny when those particular
Indeed.
people decide they want to impede free speech and then do the surprise Pikachu face when it turns around and they get silenced.
Shut up about it.
I literally made that face too right when you said it. You're like surprise Pikachu. I was like, or immediately like, oh no.
What? Mark
fuck is
Ingram,
this
I
game?
guess he's some sort of coach or player, blamed President Trump for Alabama's home loss to LSU. I'm blaming Trump for this one.
How?
Too funny.
What?
Not too funny not to laugh because it's ridiculous. A football player is complaining about them losing a game because of Trump, apparently, who had obviously nothing to do with them not playing as well as they should have.
Oh, is that what that article was? I skipped over that one because I was like, the fuck is that? Oh, that's something interesting. Pentagon gets a fix for F-35 bug in $400,000 pilot helmets.
Huh.
Shut up.
Well, at least it's supposedly fixed.
A bug in the $400,000 helmet display screen used by F-35 aviators caused a green glow when flying in very low light conditions and is now expected to be overcome by using a different type of semiconductor illumination. The distracting green glow was deemed so critical that restrictions were imposed on some night landings on aircraft carriers, and the fault was classified as Priority 1 fix by the Pentagon's test office. Jittery lines were also visible to some pilots. Okay, I don't have any military experience, but isn't a green glow typically associated with
Well, in this case, it was probably more of a yellow-green glow, which is the color most apparent to the human eyeball. Which, if you're trying to land at night, you basically have that glowing in your eyes. That could be problematic.
Oh, okay. Okay. That. Well, I wish they said yellow green instead of just green because
Yeah.
all the video gamers are going, oh, that's just night vision. Why the fuck do you need to fix that? Because that is my online gamer voice. Because even I have to make fun of us sometimes.
Well, we are right for it.
And I believe I adjusted the rules, Dio, that you should be able to see the news in quarters section of the
I
server.
see it.
Yes. I don't know what else you see, but you probably just see it.
I see
With
news,
all-
and I see private, and I see resting, and clan barracks. So
Okay.
I see the important stuff, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Huh. Lamar Jackson's triple Heisman pitch to RG3 is why Ravens are dangerous. SB Nation. Ooh, that actually sounds interesting.
Yes. That is the most recent article that the bot posted at 107. But if you scroll up until you see
The Mark
it say,
Ingram.
yeah, that made me laugh. I'm blaming Trump for this one.
I
He's
also
the
like his
reason
mouth guard. Do you notice the mouth guard in the picture at the top of the article? It's a fucking $100
Yeah.
bill mouth guard.
Yeah, but it
The
also
Ravens
looks like
running
he's
back.
got the pacifier.
Headed stepchild. So yeah, he was confident. But after the Tigers handed Alabama a 46-41 loss at home, snapping a 31-game home winning streak, Ingram waited little time to explain what went wrong for Alabama. It just didn't have anything to do with action. As soon as they showed him at game, we had that. What the fuck is a swacky? Mark Ingram, speak English, please.
Wait, I do not understand.
Uh-oh, we may be experiencing technical difficulties. Wait just one moment, everyone.
Into New Jersey building, second floor.
There we go. Small technical difficulty there. Discord crapped out.
Oofta.
No worries.
But we are back now.
Horse crash into a second story of a building? What the fuck?
Right?
Launched into the air and smashed into the second story, investigators said. The sports car, a
Why
20...
did it ramp off? Just keep talking. I was.
Porsche Boxster convertible at high rate of speed when the driver lost control, hit a center median, and struck an embankment that sent it smashing through the building. Tom's River Police spokesman Jillian Messina told Fox News. The victim was later identified as 22-year-old Braden DeMartin of Toms River and his passenger, 23-year-old Daniel Foley, also of Toms River. The department said in a news release both were pronounced dead at the scene. That's unfortunate. But
Yeah.
what the fuck?
I want to see what this center median looks like. I want to see this center median, man.
Yeah, I'm watching the video right now.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, the video is the top headlines for November 10th. I don't fucking care. Ilhan Omar can not talk.
Oh no, now my page is froze. Come on, finish loading. Okay, now I can move it, I think. Oh, it's still loading all of the photos and being slow. Everything is just that photo, pretty much. I want to see the center median.
Yeah. Long Island woman arrested for harassing toddler with special needs.
What? Why would you do that, person?
Yeah, that's if you scroll up, it's the one for 8:36 a.m.
Okay. Oh, from Discord again.
Shut the fuck up. I don't want to disable ad blocker. I don't want to give money to fucking NBC. I was arrested for harassing a child with special needs for a year on social media and through the mail.
Wow.
Krista Sewell, 26, was charged with aggravated harassment, stalking, and a felony hate crime by New York State Police on Thursday. Police say Sewell of Mayville, New York, repeatedly threatened a toddler, Anna, who was born in 2017 with Harlequin ichthyosis, a genetic disorder that creates hard, thick skin separated by deep cracks that can cause breathing difficulties, among other issues.
No, yeah. But damn, why would you make fun of a child like that? Like, why would you do that? Just, you're an adult. Why would you do that?
Well, I mean, I have no way of defending this because I've never made fun of a toddler. Oh no, a toddler
it's
can't.
one thing to be like, oh, haha, cripple, but a child, a baby that's got a fucking rare, like, how just callous or sociopathic do you have to be? Wow.
At the very least, make fun of him behind his back.
Huh?
At the very least, do it behind his back. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't go up and be calling toddler Ben Grimm nasty names.
So
Yeah.
remember that portion to a building story? If you scroll up a bit more, the New York Post also talked at 7:22 a.m.
I'm reading the NBC News article of it right now.
Yeah.
The poor kid only looks like she suffers enough with her rare skin thing. She doesn't need some fucking... Dude, just wow. Sewell's motives are unknown, and it is not clear if she has legal representation. She is scheduled to appear in court on November 12th. I hope we can all learn from this and understand the importance of teaching our kids kindness and acceptance of visible difference. We should just be teaching our kids kindness and compassion to everyone in general, just because, like...
Oh, yeah.
Especially, we don't need to feed into more of the fucking crazed leftist ideas anyway, so...
Well, I'm gonna... This is in the newsroom, but I'm gonna just link it. Here's a more positive news story. Or funny, is Logan Paul loses to KSI again. Logan Paul took an loss Saturday night in his fight against KSI, but it was not without controversy. Logan lost to KSI in a split decision at the Staples Center in LA in a highly anticipated boxing rematch that went toe-to-toe for 6 hard rounds. KSI did it early damage with some ferocious body shots, but things started to turn for Logan in the 3rd round when he started landing body punches of his own. Paul caught KSI with 2 huge uppercuts in round 4 that sent him to the canvas, but held his head on the way down and seemed to land another punch. The referee counted the knockdown, but took 2 points away from Paul, changing the course of the fight. The final round saw KSI get a second wind as he tried to take Paul's head off. In the end, the 2 points cost Paul, and KSI ended up walking away with the split decision win. Had the referee only taken 1 point away from Paul, this rematch could have ended up in another draw. Apparently, Justin Bieber entered the ring after the match, hoping Logan would pull it off. The Biebs didn't take the loss by saying Logan was the better fighter, period. Wiz Khalifa was also there, as well as Tyron Woodley, Ed Sheeran, Designer, Dan Bilzerian, and Tana Monaco.
I don't know who some of those people are, but it doesn't
I don't
matter.
know.
It's just hilarious. I know who some of them are. Like Ed Sheeran is
he's a
Canadian
singer.
or British. Yeah, he's a singer, and then there's Wiz Khalifa, rapper.
Yeah. The rest of them, I have no idea. But
yeah, and they're probably moguls in some area or another, but it doesn't even matter. This is hilarious. Again, he loses.
I just figured I would lighten the mood considering what we've been discussing, but that's just sad.
Oh, it is so. I mean, I just find Logan Paul and Jake Paul to be like they're just. I have to just laugh at them. I will not give them any of the positivity. I will just make fun of them and laugh at them and take nothing from them because they are such cringe and joke and what is wrong with lots of things that I feel the only way to respond to them is just to laugh them and give them nothing more than that.
Yeah. But I just linked the MY Post story about that Porsche, and the first image shows that center divider and the embankment. And holy fuck. Holy shit, that is a small embankment. Like center lane embankment.
Yeah, the article is loading up here on my mobile. I'll be able to see it in a second. Oh, wow. Yeah, you can see the tires.
Yeah.
Can you just leave it alone? Stop.
Wow.
I'm telling you to leave it alone.
Scroll down. Look at that Porsche. Look at that mangled thing.
Yeah, I know. I saw.
There's no wonder that they were pronounced dead at the scene, more than likely, because that looks like somebody crushed a can basically and just sort of wringed it out a little.
Yeah.
That is just wow.
To be fair, I've been in a car crash where the car looked like that and survived with no injuries, but I wasn't going at 120 miles an hour or such.
Yeah. And then it shows the picture of the 2 kids, the 2 guys, 22 and 23.
Yeah.
Car and that center divider. Let's see what other pictures it shows up there.
They show them car. I wonder how much property damage that costed to the building.
Jeez Louise. Just fuck. Wow. See all the insulation and shit on that building. Just wow. went right through that, and that's brick, dude. Like, goddamn.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why you use a sledgehammer to knock down brick. But a Porsche is a bit of an
supposed to use your
expensive sledgehammer.
Yeah. You're supposed to eject out with your parachute seats before making contact with the wall.
Over G. Tunk. Eject out.
Yep.
Not go, this is perfectly fine.
I wonder if they had alcohol. They were 22 and 23. They might have been drinking.
They're definitely drinking. I'm a year or two younger than both of them. It's definitely has to do with booze. Just knowing myself, it definitely has to do with booze.
Yeah. I remember myself when I was 22, 23. I was drunk every fucking day, dude. And high on various things.
I don't drink that much, thankfully, but yeah.
When I do it to excess.
Bolivian army chief urges Morales to step down. Huh.
Let's close those articles.
War epic Midway beats Dr. Sleep at the box office. Huh. That's actually interesting.
I actually feel like I would rather watch the Midway movie than Doctor Sleep anyway. I want to see Joker, but I didn't get a chance to go yet. And
it's out of the theater where I live, so I didn't get a chance.
It's probably out. It probably just left our theater, which I believe, if I recall correctly, the theater in my town is the United States' oldest movie theater.
Extinction Rebellion activists staged a surprise demonstration Sunday, floating a model of a sinking house down the River Thames in protest over rising sea levels.
They're idiots.
I can understand the protest against rising sea levels, but what now? We're going to thing with in my opinion, nowadays protests are not being done appropriately, and when they are being done, they're usually just being filled with just a bunch of screaming, flailing idiots just pretty much Zoidberging around. And there's no...
I can't fucking do Zoidberg's voice, but more or less.
Let me channel Miss Steam here for a moment. How about instead of floating a fucking house down the Thames, you clean the damn thing up if you're worried about pollution?
Right.
Maybe not add to the pollution?
Yeah.
It's a thought.
Oh, my wife retweeted my thing.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I was checking my Twitter notifications, and the first one I see is my wife retweeting my tweet. And I was like, oh. Sometimes she does, sometimes she doesn't. She's been a little more active on the Twitter doing that.
What's this?
Well, we got 10 minutes left. Let's spend that time chilling, doing the shills. And since you were the guest, we'll let you go first with chilling. Chill out your channel, chill out things you're interested in, chill out what you want to chill.
Keep track of my Twitter because I post articles on there that I write for gaming news. And I should be live streaming or starting to live stream more often pretty soon. So my Twitter is like the best place to find that shit.
And that's at Diogenes YT.
Yes.
those who
And
don't
I'll
know.
put it in the chat.
Yeah, and then I'll edit later on. I'll edit the descriptions of the videos and add them.
Yeah. That's like the best place to find my content because, you know, everything is trying to kill gaming channels.
Not even just gaming channels. It seems like they're trying to kill everything that's not viably marketable for them.
Which gaming channels are probably the most marketable thing.
Yeah, gaming and music and certain other big content tickets
Makeup.
would be, but yeah, that is one.
I
Too.
should start a makeup channel.
No,
Here is how you put on foundation to look like an old creepy man from Greek and Athens.
you would have to get really good at doing green screening or the editing so that whenever you were videoing, it would have the Diogenes face tracking and stick to your face.
Oh no.
So it's always-
I would grow out my beard. I would shave my head or cut my hair so it looks exactly like how he would have. And I would just get like a pair of actual meme glasses and I would just start applying the makeup. Over glasses and everything. I'd just make it a fucking meme.
Yeah. Okay, doke. Ezoob, Booze, my friend. Do you have any shows you would like to do?
Not a whole lot. I mean, if you like what I do, you can catch me here or on Director Arcater's channel usually.
Cool beans.
Yeah, and what are you? What is your Twitter handle?
That is at Original Ezoob.
Yes, so at Original Ezoob is his Twitter handle, and Ezoob is his Discord handle, where you can find him pretty much everywhere. And of course, if you are on my server, the Might of Volgar, he is Assistant Booze. And you can find him there, and he is in the Director Arcater's Discord server and many of his streams, and you can catch him there. And I, of course, oh yeah, and I, of course, can be found on the SideQuest server, on Director Arcater's server, on pretty much most people's servers, and of course my own, and on YouTube, youtube.com/YarlFalstaff, I believe still works as my URL from a long time ago. And then there's dlive.tv/YarlFalstaff, Twitter at YarlFalstaff, streamlabs.com/YarlFalstaff. I'm sensing a theme here.
Yes, it's Jarl Fowler stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you have it with my accent there that I kind of have sometimes because my beard is in the way too.
Yes.
So not her mustache rather. But yeah, those are my things. Everybody usually knows. I'd like to thank Diogenes the Gamer Cynic for coming by and being our guest this week. And if all goes well, he should be next week's guest, and the following should happen for 5 episodes, and we'll see how all that goes. And yeah.
Yep. And if I start doing something similar, I'll probably invite you. Or actually definitely invite you because I don't know anyone else who would be willing.
Yeah. And I'm totally down for helping the micro channel get a little bit more popularity. I mean, I'm still kind of a micro channel too. I'm just, I have 104, 105 subs and you have 5. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, in which, if you are watching this, please go and sub to his channel. He only has like 4 vids, but it doesn't matter. Just sub to him anyway. Help support people out there. And of course, if he ends up being a permanent guest, he'll end up becoming a co-host. And of course, if he's the co-host, then you obviously should be following him everywhere. But thank you, everybody, for coming out to the Sunday Casual Chat stream. And again, thank you, Ezoob, for producing.
Not a problem.
I guess if you have a credits roll or whatever, you can
Not quite yet, but
click
that
us
is
out.
next on the list. So for now, we'll just go
Okey-doke.
right back to the title and let everyone listen to your songs.
Okay.
Yay, music.